A's Extra.
Welcome to another edition of A's in Depth with Emmanuel Berbari and Andrew Crane. I'm Josh Schaefer. This week joined by a special guest, a 2019 Chatham A from Oklahoma State, Kaden Polcovich. Kaden, how's everything going, man?
Oh, it's going great. Thank you for having me today. Just been super busy. Obviously everything got shut down, so we've all had to make adjustments. Just kind of taking it day by day, but yeah, overall it's been good.
So are you just at home in Oklahoma?
I am Edmond, Oklahoma. I've been training. My dad actually has a facility, so I've been going Monday through Friday. Just doing a lot of cardio, mobility, hitting, baseball. The whole deal. So been busy though.
Kaden, what was your team's collective reaction when the news broke that the season would shut down and ultimately there was a lot of uncertainty that filled the air at that point?
Yeah, it was just a bummer, honestly. Like, you work so hard, like in the fall, just bonding with those guys, creating a family atmosphere. And then you finally get to the point where like you start playing games and it gets shut down like out of nowhere. So that was just heartbreaking. But you got to move on. You got to figure out what's next on a personal level, and just make adjustments on the fly. But yeah, that was sad for sure.
What were those few days like for you? You guys were ending the series against St. Louis, and then you had kind of that off day before Fresno State. What was that Thursday like in between those two series when everything was shut down? If you could walk me through those days.
Yeah, it was. We were trying to practice. You kept hearing rumors that other teams were getting shut down. So like Fresno wasn't going to come for the weekend series. And Coach Holiday was just like, we're going to prepare as normal, because he didn't know anything at that point. We practiced that day, kind of kept it light, just some BP on the field, and just try to not think about it, honestly, and just stay prepared for whatever happened. We had no idea the how bad that really was at the time. So yeah, we stayed prepared, stayed positive. Hope for the best, and unfortunately things just got shut down. So yeah, you had to move on at that point. But that was pretty much it.
How quickly did you go back home after the season ended or after school kind of ended? Because obviously everything was kind of shifted to online classes and things like that.
Right. I'd say like 3 weeks. So like I obviously still wanted to be around the guys. Those were some of my best friends. So it was heartbreaking. Everyone had to go their separate ways again. It was like we never met. So like we just had to break apart. That family was just splitting up again, and yeah, that was tough for sure.
You mentioned the training aspect of things and staying sharp. What's a day in the life of, whether it's been quarantine or just trying to stay safe, what's that been like, baseball and non-baseball?
Right. Usually like I wake up in the morning, I train like younger kids. I run them through like a workout in the morning, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then I usually get a workout lift in around 1. I'll hit after that. Then I usually have a couple more clients come in. I'm usually done with my day like around 4 or 5. And then I'll usually get some long distance cardio in, 1.5 miles-ish. And then do some like speed mobility work in regards to the swing, slow down work, just trying to make all the connections, fine tuning pretty much. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not too elaborate for me. I just pretty much chill. But
Is most of that stuff just workouts you put together yourself, or is that kind of coming from Oklahoma State too? I know there's kind of like those NCAA lines, but you can still kind of like meet with coaching staffs and whatnot. So what are those, like your own personal workouts?
Honestly, they're pretty much my own. My father actually helps me with some workouts. Usually work with him in regards to the swing. But yeah, we had some great hitting coaches at Oklahoma State. Like I took some great info. Matt Holiday, obviously, Robin Ventura, Coach Holiday knows what he's talking about. They all know what they're talking about. So you honestly just have to take the information and see how it like fits to you. Like you got to it's a trial and error process. So you just kind of got to play with it, mess around. It's constant reps. Um, but yeah, I really enjoyed like just the time at Oklahoma State, just learning from those guys. Because I mean, Matt played 20 years, and he's just a great presence to be around. Like every day, he's just super chill. Like he'll give you his advice. He won't like he'll tell you not to think too much. Yeah, he's just a great presence. I mean, alongside Robin, super chill dude. He's got that California vibe to him, so he's just relaxed. But yeah, it was awesome. I took a lot of information, brought it back with me. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it though.
At Oklahoma State, Coach Holliday kind of compiled a really unique coaching staff. I mean, you and I obviously saw each other this year briefly when you guys came out to Arizona. And at ASU, kind of walking down onto the field, you look at all the different coaches on this staff and you're thinking, oh my gosh, like they compiled a great staff here. And in playing at Oklahoma State, you've now had a chance to play for Tom Holliday, Josh Holliday, and Matt Holliday. How's that kind of been like with the three of them?
Yeah, it's I mean they're all like different. So like Tom was kind of just more relaxed in the dugout, more manager style. Coach Holiday is super energetic, great guy. Like I loved playing for him too. And then Matt's super chill as well. But like yeah, I love playing for all of them. They're super great people. I'm glad like they gave me the opportunity. But yeah, I've played for the whole family pretty much, so that's pretty cool. But
In terms of your interactions with Matt Holliday, any intricacies of hitting that he's been able to pass down to you, and how is that kind of filtered down into your game?
yeah, so like the big thing for me, I had like a little habit, like right before the season, I would like when I was loading, I would turn like too much. So like if you think about it, you want to have like a straight line from like the batter to the pitcher. Like you don't want to really mess with that straight line. So yeah, he helped me with some adjustments there, some different load mechanics. But yeah, like his advice helped a lot, and I took his advice and just practice and practice and practice, and now I'm starting to smooth things out, and just became a more consistent hitter. So yeah, I mean I really like where I'm at right now, and only gonna go up from here.
Is there a game during the shortened season where that adjustment, like you really saw that adjustment paying off? Is there one at game or one at bat in particular that you and Matt both noticed it?
Yeah, it was the second to last game before everything got shut down. I had that monster day. I was really starting to like figure out like what I was trying to do. So like that was positive, but then I followed it up with an 0 for 4 the next day. So like that's how baseball is. So like it's just one day at a time. You're not gonna have your A game every day, but yeah, I like the strides I was making. Um, I mean, yeah, that was just unfortunate what happened, but just got to keep working.
You mentioned kind of what your training regimen has been like up to this point, and how you feel like you're in a good spot, baseball wise. But what's your attitude toward the shortened draft as it approaches within the next couple of days?
I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It sounds like things will go well. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to the opportunity. If it presents itself, I mean, I want to get my professional career started. I want to just keep working towards that ultimate goal of becoming an MLB All-Star and World Series champion. And that can only start if I get in the system and just work my way up. But I mean, if all else fails, I mean, I get to go back to Oklahoma State, and that's the best. I'm not the best case scenario, but like that's an awesome case scenario. Like get to play with those coaches once again, my teammates, my brothers. Like yeah, I can't lose pretty much.
What's your communication? Sorry, what's your communication been like with Tom and Josh during this time, if any?
Yeah, honestly, we haven't talked too much. I've talked to Coach Holiday once. Haven't talked to Tom Holiday really, maybe once, like way back when everything happened. But yeah, honestly, I haven't had too much communication. I was texting with Matt the other day, just kind of wanting to hit with him a little bit because I missed that. Like that was awesome. But yeah, haven't been in too much contact with him.
Right around this time last year, the Cape League season was starting up. What did you miss the most about that experience on the Cape and Chatham?
Yeah, it was just the experience. I mean, like this is weird. Like I've never not played baseball in the summer. I mean, like a lot of people say that, but it's just I miss like being out there, just like hanging with my brothers, like my teammates, just enjoying the vibes like Chatham brought. Like it was an awesome experience. Some of the best fans. Like it's just a great atmosphere to play baseball, and just like that's something I miss, obviously. And I was fortunate enough to have a great host family. I was actually with the Terrios. They were like some of the best people like I've ever met, like nicest, most genuine people ever. But I mean, they're Boston fans. I was a Yankees fan, so I thought that wasn't going to work out at first. I was like, but no, they're great people. They're awesome.
How tough has it been without a college season for the most part to like build your draft stock without the scouts, without the chances to like show those tweaks you've made in your swing? How has that been for you to kind of adjust to that?
Yeah, that's just kind of where social media comes into play a little bit. You get advice from people to post some videos of your progressions, and then I mean everyone has Twitter these days, so you kind of just post your stuff, and then they can decide for themselves if you're making adjustments or not. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's hard because like you can't get out there and play. Like I'm just a super high energetic player. Like I play balls to the wall, and you can't show that over video. So, but yeah, it's been a challenge, but we'll make the most of it.
You've kind of played all over the place, both in Chatham and at Oklahoma State. Defensively, where do you think you've grown the most, or at which position do you think you've developed the most?
Yeah, so I was an infielder at Oklahoma State. Really didn't play outfield at all. They wanted me second base, shortstop, third base. So I had the opportunity to work with Marty Lees, who I think's the best infield coach in the country. He just cleaned up my rhythm and posture, just made me look more smooth, was more accurate, throwing the ball across the diamond. The footwork was better. Yeah, the room for error just dropped dramatically. So I can't thank him enough for all the time and details he put into cleaning up my defensive play.
Let's say that your name gets selected in this draft in the next couple of days. Is there a defining moment at some point, either in your life or your career up to this point, where you can look back to and kind of have that feeling like maybe that's what kind of put me on the right track to get to where I am?
Yeah, honestly, I think it was my sophomore year in junior college. I struck out 55 times. I set the strikeout record and the walk record in the same year, which doesn't even make sense. Yeah, I wanted to just cut down on the strikeouts. I wanted to be an overall better player. Like I wanted to get back on track to being elite. So I mean, I took that personally. Like I just carried that chip on my shoulder, carried that into Chatham that summer. And like, obviously I got some decent results back. Just knowing I could play with some of the best, in the country was just super satisfying. It made me feel like, okay, I did that. Now let's work to be better than that. Like just keep going up and keep like ultimately I want to be like one of the best in the world. And that's something I've always thought, and I'm going to continue to work every single day just to try and get a little bit better, and just make the strides to ultimately reach new heights.
Well, Kaden, again, we appreciate your time. It's always good talking to you. So best of luck in the draft. We're rooting for you. We're looking forward to seeing what happens, and good luck along the way.
Man, thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Hope you guys have a good one.